What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Now, if you are or aren't aware, I am a big fan of Jason Blaha's channel, his Juggernaut Fitness channel. I think he puts up a lot of really informative content that's really useful, and I also really find it very enjoyable and very humorous as well. But ultimately, yesterday, or the day before, he put up a video, and it was basically, the video was on his approach to coming back from a severe injury. And I found it really interesting because I actually recently, about 3 or 4 days ago, was contacted by one of you. You sent me an email. Based on the email, you basically described that you're needing to have an ACL knee reconstruction or an anterior cruciate ligament knee reconstruction, and just kind of how to go about things. And first and foremost, I'm going to suggest that you should watch Jason Blaha's video, as it was brilliant. It was really good, and it gave a really lot of good insights and good points on how to approach certain things. And I'll kind of give you my viewpoint as well. Now, my credentials for answering this question is I am not a registered physiotherapist or doctor. However, I have had an ACL reconstruction in my past. I had my left knee totally reconstructed. So I had my anterior cruciate ligament pulled out completely. I basically tore it in half. So I was left with two different parts, so it was just completely ruptured down the middle. They took that out. They took the tendon out of my hamstring and drilled through my femur, my tibia, and then they basically they drill it back in. They put it through them. I also had completely torn my cartilage as well. So I'd ruptured all the cartilage in my knee, which they I cannot remember surely whether they stitched it together or they just left it. I also pulled or tore other ligaments in my knee as well, and I had damaged the bones a little bit, and I'd also kind of misplaced my kneecap. So I completely screwed my left knee up. And now I today have came back and I've squatted 285 kilograms, or that's like 625 pounds. I have deadlifted 700 pounds, and I have pretty much zero knee pain in my left knee. Now, I am not going to say that maybe I am reasonably lucky that so far I am young, so maybe I'm getting away with it. And also on top of that, I'm not going to say that I do not have pretty good regeneration and recovery abilities through my genetics. But what I'm going to talk to you is kind of going through it. Now, first and foremost, I think something that I don't believe Jason actually talked about is just accepting it has happened. Now, whenever you have an injury, a huge amount of anger and frustration hit me anyway. I was really annoyed, I was really angry, I was really pissed off, and obviously, as you can see through my lifting videos, it's not like I lack that, but I was even more, and it really frustrated me, and for a long time I almost didn't want to really accept it was a reality. And I think first and foremost you need to accept what it is. So I think you need to come to terms and accept it. I then think from accepting it, you do need to take the viewpoint, which Jason said, you need to take the viewpoint is that you're willing to do whatever it takes necessary to get back to where you need to be, but then you also need to be able to just focus on what can I do now and what can I do in a week, and take it from there. And that's the kind of first piece of advice I would give, is literally just having the viewpoint that you will get back, and doing what you're able to do just now, and planning what you're able to do in a week, and just take everything one day, 2 days, 3 days at a time. And another thing I would say as well is that don't necessarily let people's opinions hold you back. So I know that that's another thing I don't believe Jason necessarily kind of spoke about. I think although you should listen to your health professionals, and I'm going to use that term very loosely, okay, and you should maybe listen to the physios, you also shouldn't let their opinions become a reality. So for example, my physio told me I would not be able to play competitive football or competitive boxing for about between 15 and 18 months. Well, I was back playing competitive football in 10 weeks. Okay? Now, again, I'm not saying that I'm maybe a little bit genetically gifted in my regeneration abilities, but ultimately, if I took the viewpoint, well, I'm not going to do that for 18 months, well, then I feel that that could almost hold you back and hold your progression back. So you need to be smart. You need to understand that you do need to listen to them, but I think you also need to set your own goals and set your own ideas, and understand that just because she said this is not going to be the case doesn't mean it will. If you truly believe you're going to get back somewhere, you've got a much better chance of getting back to that place than if you don't believe at all. He who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually correct. And lastly, please do not shy away from resistance training. Now, ultimately, strength is the foundation of all fitness. And although this video is mainly based upon the ACL reconstruction, this can be used on a broken leg, a broken arm, a broken collarbone. I'm actually working with an athlete right now who broke his wrist and also broke his collarbone. Strength is the foundation of all fitness. Don't shy away from resistance training. Now, me being me, I didn't really do what my physio told me. So I did all the stretches my physio told me to get the full range of motion back in my knee. But she also told me no weight training. Now, I was doing leg press, leg extensions, leg curls, lunges, bodyweight squats, everything I could possibly do that was pain-free, I was doing it, and I was trying to progressively overload. And I think that's one of the main reasons as to why I got back so quickly. Now, again, I'm not necessarily saying that me doing those exercises are the best. Now, if I could go back, I would not do leg extensions, I would not do leg curls. But I do feel you need to take your resistance training seriously. And I feel that that is definitely going to be beneficial to you. So what I'm going to offer you is A, watch Jason Blaha's video. He had some really great points. B, come to terms with it and accept it, and don't let negative emotions fuel you. Just come to terms with it. B, don't necessarily just let someone's opinion become your reality. If they say you're not going to be able to come back and do sports again, take the attitude you will and keep working towards it, because ultimately, at the end of the day, if you take the attitude you will and you keep working towards it, then that's going to give you a much better chance of getting back to playing competitive sports. And if you just take the attitude, I'm not going to be able to do it because someone else said it. I would also say take resistance training relatively seriously, and I would also say just work really hard and just do what you can do now and try and improve every single day of your life. So I hope this video has been informative, guys. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see all you guys next time.